Hey Fandom, it's me Aaron for a comic show. We got a bunch of new awesome books, a lot of cool image books. It's the first week of March, and this stuff is good, man. Extremity, #1 is out. It's Skybound. It's a writer-artist named Daniel Warren Johnson. He's done all kinds of stuff. I looked him up. Like, I knew a few things he's done. Like, he did Space Mullet, that was cool. And he did stuff for Marvel, DC, creator-owned stuff. He did the Poyo one-shot for Chew, and just plenty of things. But this Extremity is like his opus. This was awesome. The art's great. The story is just totally badass, mega violent. And the main character, she was an artist, and then her family was attacked. Her people were attacked by a different clan, and her mother was killed and her hand was cut off. Her art hand, the hand she draws with. And this is not a spoiler, that's like the first couple pages of setup. And then they go to get revenge. Her father, her brother, all her people go to get revenge. So it's a revenge story, lots of gore, lots of hack and slash, teeth pulling, lots of violence, but it's cathartic and revenge is cool, right? So I dug it. And obviously Robert Kirkman dug it, or else he wouldn't have made it a Skybound book. And you have some pages of this already if you get Walking Dead, because it was in that 25-cent issue of Walking Dead that came out earlier in February. So Extremity, loved it. Rat Queens has a new #1. It's still Weeb, obviously, because he was one of the creators, as a different artist, and the art's great. I enjoyed it, had the same feeling, the same tone. Whether it's a reboot or not, it doesn't feel like a reboot to me. They make allusions to things in the past that had happened, and it just, if anything, is a soft reboot. It's a new #1. It was cool. It was fun. There's a ginger swap team of cat queens in it that was hilarious. So if you are a Rat Queens fan, I do not see why you wouldn't enjoy this. And if you never got Rat Queens and don't feel like spending the money to get the trades, you could actually get this and understand what's going on, understand the characters, and enjoy it, and then maybe go back and get the trades if it becomes your favorite book. So Rat Queens Volume 2 #1 out this week. And another #1 for Image, Jeff Lemire, one of my favorite creators, Royal City #1. It's like a double-sized or more first issue for $4.99. And this is him doing something a lot more like his first work, his first major work of Essex County that Top Shelf put out at won Eisner's, made me cry 3 times. It's a family story, a story about the city and the family. And that's what this is, except it's not genre and it's not just slice of life. It's a mix of both of the things that Jeff Lemire does. But yeah, from the very beginning, you see something maybe ghosty in the family, and it was awesome. I'm intrigued. I like it. I think that Jeff Lemire is at his best when he's writing and drawing, and it's something to do with a dysfunctional family. That is what I love about him, and he definitely has something to say now at 40 years old, which I am also, than he did when he wrote Essex County, and it's perhaps not so personal as Essex County was, but it was awesome. So check that out if you're a Jeff Lemire fan. Paper Girls 12's out. If you get Paper Girls, you're gonna get it. I'm just letting you know it's out. Walking Dead 165 is out, and this, I'm not going to spoil it obviously, but it has a major, devastating thing that happens at the end of this issue to a major character that is well loved. So obviously nothing bad happens to Negan, spoiler. So this was awesome, you'll enjoy it until you get to the end. And then you might not enjoy it. But that's Walking Dead, you know? Volume 27 is also out this week. This is the Whisperer War. The Whisperer War, it's here. So get this and then get that 25-cent issue and get into it monthly. If you buy this, we will absolutely give you that 25-cent issue for free here, because that's the first issue after this, and we're freaking swimming in them. We're gonna be giving them out on Free Comic Book Day. Moving on, Animosity, as this cover says, the crown jewel of Aftershock. Aftershock's imprint is a bunch of pretty much creator-owned stuff. I don't know what their contracts are, but they're not, company work. And they're all individual stories in their own universe. It's not a shared universe. And this one, Animosity, is seriously good. It takes, like, what if there was an Animal Man and he failed, and then the animals try to take over and kill off humanity? For some reason, all these animals start thinking and talking and organizing to have revenge on humans. And they are set to kill all humans. And the protagonist is an 11-year-old girl with her dog, and her dog is very loyal to her. Her dog is keeping her alive, and they have some kind of like homeward bound trek to California to save her half-brother. So it has all that cool stuff of these animals organizing, talking, shooting, killing humans, which is fun, obviously. And it also has a human-dog interaction, a loving relationship that we can all relate to, unless we are ourselves monsters, because, who doesn't like dogs? So this is great. It's out now. Check it out if you want something different. And finally, for the non-Marvel or DC, this is my guilty pleasure. Based on the new hit series from CW, Riverdale one-shot. Oh my freaking God, guys. I love this show. And full disclosure, I love Dawson's Creek. So to say like, oh, it's like Dawson's Creek meets Twin Peaks. Shut up. It's good. Those are both good shows. And if you say, oh, they changed Archie characters too much, they're like sex and drugs and stuff, and like, shut up. Like, I don't want my entertainment for purely nostalgic reasons. You can still read old Archie. This is cool. The only thing weird about it is there's freaking protagonists with names like Archibald, which, doesn't happen unless someone gave them an old family name. But anyway, I'm not going to sell anyone on Riverdale that isn't already watching it. What I'm going to tell you is this is important. This one shot is the summer before the school year that starts with the first episode. The first episode starts right after the July 4th killing or murder of Jason Blossom. This is all the first part of the episode. And they allude to what they were doing over the summer as they're back in school, and the murders, everyone's trying to solve the murder. So this is all kinds of cool backstory of the four main characters, Archie, Betty, Veronica, and Jughead, what they were doing that summer, all the way up to, and with Archie and Jughead, a little bit beyond the murder. And it's all enriching stuff. It's all stuff, if you watch the show, you want to know this, because we're piecing together who killed him. And it's cool. So, if you don't like it, I don't care. I do. And I don't need your approval. Moving on. DC Universe Rebirth Superman Reborn Part 1. This is where the Clark Kent shit hits the fan. Clark and the Superman of Rebirth, his son John, his wife Lois, and this Clark Kent that seems to have some kind of magical powers and shouldn't be there. It opens with Oz, Mr. Oz, and Red Robin, and Doomsday, people that Mr. Oz has captured. And, and this page of someone who's escaped. Someone who's obviously obsessed with Superman and has childlike drawings, and obviously can levitate if they're up here drawing on the wall when Mr. Oz is human-sized way down here. And it's not a spoiler, there's absolutely no guesses, no conclusive anything in there. I'm thinking it's Mixie. I think it's Mixie. And because, he could drive a car without, with magic and all that stuff and would know all that stuff. But it's exciting. There's so much going on with this Superman stuff. It's the best Superman's ever been. And if you were thinking about getting on Superman, do it with this story arc. Batman, I Am Bane. I freaking love this. I am totally in love with Tom King's run now. It started kind of slowish with the I Am Gotham. I Am Suicide won me over. And now I Am Bane, it's awesome. If you tried the first couple issues and bailed, seriously, get I Am Bane. It's great. And Nightwing, look at this cool cover. Look at this homage cover to when Batman and Son, when Nightwing was Batman. And Damian comes, and Damian is Batman's son, and Nightwing doesn't have a son, and there's stuff with that. Also, Suicide Squad, Volume 1 is out. I enjoyed that. book for Rebirth, and Titans Volume 1, The Return of Wally West is out. This is an important book to the Rebirth stuff, and Wally West is important too and all that. Moving on to Marvel, America #1. This is Miss America Chavez, America #1. It's written by Gabby Rivera, who is a Boricua, who writes young adult novels. It was good. Joe Quinones on art, who everyone loves. And it looked like Joe Quinones was channeling a little bit of Aja, a la his Hawkeye run, or McKelvey from Young Avengers, which is perfect because that's the feel of this book. It's young, it's hip. She's going to a school that is like Xavier's, but they're not based on fighting and killing peoples and feared and loathing, and you have to only have mutants because obviously it's species. It's a Sotomayor University for truly gifted people that aren't mutants. Prodigies there, and yes, it's the Supreme Court justice is who it's named after. And there's a lot of cool stuff. And she goes through time or multiverse type of things in here, and there is crazy payoff at the end. So if you were not going to get this and you just wanted to flip through it, look at the last page. If that last page really gets you, buy it. Like, seriously. If you were going to buy it, don't look at the last page first, obviously. But it was cool. Spider-Man, Dead No More, Clone Conspiracy, Omega. This is the end cap. You have some resolution with the stuff Slott had of, like epilogue stuff. Then you have stuff with Ben Reilly and the new Scarlet Spider series that is written by Peter David, who is writing the new Scarlet Spider series. So you have like Scarlet Spider 0 in here. And then you have some stuff with Spider-Man and Kingpin that leads directly into issue 25, the Osborn identity. So it's pretty cool and pretty important. You could skip it, but I dug it. Also, Death of X is out in collection. Seriously, read this if you are excited about getting into X-Men again. That, Inhumans vs. X-Men, then you're ready to go. Anything before that, you could just totally ignore. And Karnak, Warren Ellis, finally collected. He was obviously late, took a while, but Karnak, it's Warren Ellis, I dig it. And for Marvel, we got this out this week. Their previous exclusive, Pops. You got Luke Cage and Iron Fist, and you got Black Bolt and Blue Bolt. Well, Black Bolt Blue. So you have two versions of Black Bolt, and you have Luke Cage and Iron Fist. On the back is Miss Marvel, who's a Walgreens exclusive, and Blade, who I guess is going to be a previous exclusive later. I don't know. But these are out now. They're just regular price. Come get them. It's fun. And enjoy some comics and try Extremity or the Royal City or Rat Queens if you're reading Rat Queens. Check it out. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.